the air, the mics are hot, excitement's jumping, everybody's waiting till the group starts thumping, juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing, UK liquid mixture stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting, sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing, UK liquid mixing shows stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting, sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air, the mics are hot, excitement's jumping, everybody's waiting till the group starts thumping, juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing, UK liquid mixture stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting, sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up, grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air, the mics are hot, excitement's jumping, everybody's waiting till the group starts thumping.
Let's get ready for the UK liquid mixing show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In a world of vape, where flavors collide, we gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage, where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show, where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
Secondly,
mess it up this time
it's
after
for the
2
best.
weeks off
It's 'cause
too.
do you
Actually,
know,
it's
right?
good because mixing guru is not me. Yeah.
Mixing maestro. Mixing maestro. Ah, fuck it, yeah, exactly. Right, we'll start again. Okay. It's because I hadn't done all for like 2 weeks. We didn't do last time I did it with a week on Sunday. I can't even get fucking days right anyway. So yes. So before anyway, we've gone through everybody. We've got everybody who's on team. Liam, fucking Lena. I've done all that shit. Done it all when he couldn't hear out. Oh dear. So if you are in chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in twat chat. If you're in twat chat, swap it over to live tap and we'll keep up with everything we are doing. And we're back, bitches. I was just saying that everybody nearly forgot that it was Wednesday night, and I was like, can I be bothered? I did think actually Graham was going to be here because he did say that he was going to come back on. And I don't know. I hadn't talked to him. I sent him a message to come on Monday, and he fucking didn't bother replying to me like a knob. So I don't know. I think he's. I hope he wasn't in that crowd that got run over in Liverpool. Fucking hell, that was scandalous.
You never know either. It could happen, you know.
Well, not if you hadn't seen, they had the Liverpool won the cup and they had loads of people out, and someone drove into everybody. We can literally.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, someone literally drove a car into everybody. Knocked a load of people. 53 people went in fucking hospital. It's fucking ridiculous. But you don't.
Hopefully, Graham is safe since he never leaves his house.
Wait a minute. Did it say 53 people or 52 people and a goth? Because then we got to worry.
Yeah, so anyway, if you're in that lot, I hope everybody was all right. If you ever did go over there and you didn't get involved in anything and you're all okay. So, right, if you have got any questions, just type them in chat. We will get round to them. Any questions, if you're stuck on any mixing questions, you want to know about any flavours, you want to know about any profiles, if you are stuck with inspiration, just let me know. Let me know. We did have a question which I'll get round to in the comments, which we'll get round to in a little bit. Someone wrote one last week. So I do apologise. Obviously, we're on a 2-week break, so I didn't respond. I thought I'd wait till we come on tonight and we can respond to it, and I can type the answer into him. So there you go. So, Liam, what you vaping on?
Right, so tonight I got the usual Hadron 250C with the Steam Crave Aromizer on top, and in that I actually picked up some Lucky 13.
All right, yeah.
Maple syrup and pancake. Yeah, it's okay. The sweetness is there, as you'd expect. But the maple syrup is there, but I'm not getting any pancake.
Yeah.
It's decent though. It's all right. It's
A lot of them are like that.
Yeah, it's all right for a change. But I also, when I went in there, they were actually flogging these off.
Oh, for like 99 pence.
Yeah, I got 3 boxes of them for 15 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought they'll come in handy. I'll just take you on fishing and stuff with me.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying to everybody. Because obviously we've got the ban that comes in on 1st of June. So I said, when all these come up and they're selling them off, buy a few for car. Do you know what I mean? Get a few.
Yeah.
Stick them in. You can have them for your car for later on. Do you know what I mean?
Stock them up for when your buddies run out and you want to get a little extra cash.
I did see there was one there was one place I actually chucked them up at a penny each.
Really?
Yeah, there was one place to pour them up at a penny each.
Wow.
Not for a box, but a penny per
each,
disposable.
Yeah.
They lasted like 3 seconds before they were gone.
Yeah. There were loads of them doing it. You know, Washy Vapes are doing them. You get 3 boxes, 15 quid.
Yeah.
You need a new battery for the LiPo Hadron DNA 250C. I'm guessing that's this one. I need a battery as well. And I can tell you, I think it's Juice something or other. Juice something.
Juice My Way?
No,
Yeah,
it's the UK site.
My battery seems to be all right. I mean, that's literally on there at the moment because I dropped it when I was fishing, and the battery door for some reason won't stay on. The magnets are still there. It just won't stay on.
Liam, you have so many issues with your mods, and it's always user error and dropping 90% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
The cat did it last time.
I drop a lot. I drop a lot of shit. Can't help it. I got overexcited. I had to take my rod. Got overexcited. Put it down what I thought was on the bench, but it must have just been right on the edge of a bench and straight on the floor. So, happens. Right, I will pass it over to Cassie.
I've got a pair of Thelemaquests. One has a recoil, one has a nitrous. In the one with the nitrous, I'm still vaping that banana milkshake with butterscotch drizzle. That is pretty fantastic. And in the other one, I'm vaping this. It's a coconut chocolate cheesecake. And I'll pass it to Tim.
All right. Actually, it's empty. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna put in it, but I have the GT4 on the old Aegis Legend with the skin on it. Then I've got cheesecake, banana cheesecake, and the Hadley on top of the Lithuanian Quest, and then I've got the Centauron, DNA Centauron 250C, with the Vena on top, and I'm vaping that chocolate cheesecake, chocolate milkshake cheesecake milkshake I made. That I made them 2 Wednesdays ago. Finishing that up, and that's what I'm vaping on right now. So Benny.
Right, sorry, I was just getting this. They haven't got any left. They had some what is it? Ultimate Juice, and they've got none left now. No one else has got any. Sorry, I was just checking up for a battery.
Yeah, the batteries are hard to get a hold of because you've got to get those exact dimensions as well to actually fit in the mod. As I found the other day, I was reading a thread on Planet of the Vapes, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a full max FS 6000, yeah, whatever. But they had them at Ultimate Juice, but they've gone in now.
I wonder whether you might be able to pick up similar, the right dimensions and everything from like a remote control car place or somewhere like that.
Yeah, you will be able to.
And it's not going to have any of the vape tax on it as well, so it might work out a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look later. Yeah, it was Ultimate Juice. It did have them, but they've not got any left now because I was going to get one. That one's it don't even charge. But I don't know if I get a charger and charge an external charger on it, and see if we can cover it. I'll let it go flat.
Okay. I was going to say my one's charging fine. I've run this down to 0 so many times now. I know they say you're not supposed to. But I've run it down to 0 so many times, and it always charges straight back up.
Yeah, it doesn't recognise it when I plug it in. It recognises it if I plug it on eScribe, it'll recognise it, but it doesn't recognise it as in to charge it up.
So it's not the power board then.
No. So when I plug it on eScribe, it's all there, but it won't charge the. I don't know, Cloudchucker, I don't know if it could be modded or not to take 2 21700s. I'm not that that bright on.
I know they have got a version of it without the lipo, but it only goes up to 250. That one, not 400.
Yeah, it won't go up to 400 because it's had enough power to go up to 400.
Not enough power.
Anyway.
Yeah, so as well as modifying the sled to actually take the 21700s, you probably have to go onto eScribe and do something with the software as well to limit it. Yeah. So that's probably a lot more complicated than you actually wanted.
So I'm on the Inikin Limax thing. Inside that, I've got some Rio Rush by IVG. I've also got the Cubics, and inside that I've got some Drake's Havana cigar, and that is me. That is me. Right, Liam, do you want to zip through chat?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds because I'm just mixing up a little bit of juice. There you go. That'll do. Yeah, so in chat tonight we have Brian Ferguson, John Vaping Joker, Vapor Bunny, Frankie Jazz 24/7, Cloud Chucker, Ginger Bearded Vape God, John McClintock. I'm just trying to find any new names. Martin Saunders, Rocky Tooney, I don't think there's anyone else. Hanky Panky as well.
Hanky Panky.
Hanky's always in.
Did you get Captain Caveman?
We got Birdie as well.
Birdie, beautiful birdie bastard.
And Stuart Valentine. Another good day from us. So I believe that is everybody in chat. If I've missed anybody out, which I normally do, just type in Benny, you're a dickhead in chat.
Benny's typing it himself now.
I'm just looking.
I don't know if you guys had that punishment. Like we used to have to write like 100 times. They did something wrong. Benny's writing it. Benny is a dickhead. Benny's a dickhead. He's writing it 1,000 times for everybody.
I was just looking on that to see if they were
He didn't shout me
Someone
out. And
actually
then
typed
he
it.
told me to do it, so I did it.
Cheers. Thanks. Thanks.
That'll teach you to screw us up and take 2 weeks off.
So yeah, I need to do the same. Cloud Sugar is try and get a battery for that now, seeing as they ain't got them in. So we'll have a look at this question that someone put in. Guys, Stuart, I'll get it up. I'll go on my notifications. Right, so DJ MKERO to down 010. Hello, I have a question. I have 10ml Capella sweet mango and 5ml peaches and cream Capella mix with 100ml base. Did I use too little aroma or not? Because after one day, I still have no taste when I vape it. Greetings.
Yeah, I'm assuming by 100ml basis in it's a 100ml bottle.
I'm guessing it is 100ml bottle, yes.
So it's 10% and 5%.
Yeah.
If anything, it might be a little bit too much, but the 10% isn't too high for the cap flavor. 10 and 5 isn't too high for the cap flavors.
It's a sweet mango, and he's saying he can't taste it.
Yeah, I normally use that much lower than 10%, but 10% is around about the single flavor for that.
And 5ml. Well, he's saying 5ml, so that'll be for 5ml will be 10%. He's used 10ml.
Yeah, 10ml will be 10%, and 5ml will be 5%.
Yeah.
What 5ml of what other flavor?
Peaches and cream.
You can't see anything that would cancel. I can't see them muting each other.
Yeah, I mean, 10% for sweet mango is a little high, but it shouldn't mute out.
No.
Yeah, it says after one day, can't taste anything.
It could be blowing out his taste buds at 10%. That's a possibility. After a day, you're blowing your taste buds out because you're overdoing it.
Depends on what device he's using it in as well. And when, because I mean, if it's max VG and it's going into an RDA, it might need just a little bit of steeping time, because the more VG you've got, the longer it takes to steep.
Is it that he's used to sweet juice and he's not put any sweetener in it?
No sweetener in it. Yeah, that'll actually cut your flavor too.
Because he hasn't said he's put any sweetener in. He's just said he's used 5 and 10.
Yeah, if you're coming off commercial juices, or you use the sweetener, just 0.5% to 1% of super sweet.
Yeah, so it could be that he's not tasting it because he's used to, maybe he's using it in disposable and he's used to the sweeter flavors.
Almost sounds like dropping it in like one shots instead of actually mixing.
I mean, if it's going in the mouth to lung, then again, it may need that little bit of steep time just for the flavors to come out.
Birdie says, what happens if you use out-of-date concentrates? You turn green, you start throwing up, you have to be rushed to hospital.
Well,
everything.
I was about to say that it turned him into the Incredible Hulk. So I had the green part right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I heard it gives you the blues and all your background turns blue. You're wearing a blue shirt and
Do you know what I heard? I heard your beard falls out.
Oh,
That's what I heard.
Out-of-date
It
concentrates.
makes you really super hairy and it turns you into Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
chocolate starfish. Yeah.
No, seriously, nothing, mate, nothing. As long as they've got the lid on it, they'll last for ages. They might go a little bit weaker.
It might taste wrong. That's basically
yeah.
it.
They might lose the potency. They might,
Yeah.
but
As long as it looks all right, it smells all right, it tastes all right, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not going to make you ill or anything.
no, no. But they do,
I mean-
like I say, they do lose the potency after a while. Do you sell your mix?
No, Birdie, but I heard there's this really nice desktop model that this really nice Australian guy wants to send this way.
Oh, is that
He
the one they
already
got
said
off of
he
Matt
loves you,
Todd?
Tim, but you can basically jump off a cliff.
I didn't hear that. I fell asleep, remember?
Is that the one he got off of Toddlington?
Like that big, huge,
That's
like
the
2
three
to
of
3, yeah.
one of three one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Prototype, wasn't it?
I gave him permission to go on the hunt for the third one, and he found it. It's just not available for sale at all. He goes, "You're gonna hate me, but then you're gonna love me. I found it, but you can't get it." I'm like,
So yeah, like I say, Birdie, nothing, mate. Just test them out; they'll be fine. Concentrates, don't worry about it. If anybody else it's same out of date concentrates, don't worry about it. If it's 10 year out of date, then I probably wouldn't use it. But
some of the
you got it off
some
the
of,
mod maker. Right.
I've not some of the cap flavors can go a little bit odd in that they'll crystallize in the top.
Yes.
So when you're trying to squeeze them out, you can't squeeze them because it's
Sugar
crystallized.
cookie is a prime example.
So you can just warm those up a little bit. Don't blast them through the microwave or anything like that. Just a little bit of warm water. Just
And
just
there are some
warm them
that'll
up.
actually start to taste a little off, especially like naturally extracted ones. If they're getting real old, I mean, you have to be. I mean, and there's no actually set date for that. Best if used by date for that, really. Just when they go bad, and it'll taste off. That'll be your first time. If it doesn't taste right, well, maybe it's time to get a new concentrate. Especially if it's like 7, 8, 10 years old. But by then, I think you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, all of the flavors we use, they're all suspended in PG, and nothing can grow in PG. Bacteria, mold, anything like that, it doesn't grow in PG, so you're all good.
Yeah, even VG is like things growing it is almost impossible.
Did have a question from Brian Ferguson as well. One question that's puzzled me is when using liquid sucralose, what would everyone say is the optimum percentage?
Do you mean sweet?
Whatever sweetener I'm using, I normally go 0.5% maximum, but that's because that's right for my taste buds.
I usually use 1% because I like my sweet decadent desserts and it helps keep me off of eating sweets, which helps my diabetes. If I'm making like a lemonade or a beverage, I usually only use half, but for like any of my desserts, it's always 1%.
Yeah, if I'm making candies or anything, then I will push the sweetener up that little bit more because you want the candy to be sweet.
And if you're going just the way it sounds, almost asking specifically for sucralose, Flavor West sweetener has a sucralose, and the recommended percentage is 1% median used standard. And there's been a lot of usages of it. So I would say if you're going to optimal percentage, probably 1% for the average person.
And
0.5%
again,
for anyone
you
who's
also
mixing with.
want to take in consideration what concentrates you're using too, because if you're using some that have built-in sweetener, you might not want to use as much sweetener as well.
Okay, and I did verify that. Yeah, there's a whole Wonder Flavor sent me the list of what flavors have the sweeteners and additives in them. It's about 10% ish of their flavors. have some built-in sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like
Just
Flavor
write
West,
this
the way
down.
that tastes, I'm almost positive Flavor West has got a higher percentage of that. Because you can taste the sweetener in them. Making that whole I mixed without sweetener thing a myth, because if you're using the flavors with sweetener in it, well, you still mix it with sweetener.
Had to bring that one up, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I researched it.
So really, it's kind of a dependent thing on how you like your juice, really.
Well, I did specifically searched it out though for sucralose based sweetener. Flavor West has that
Well,
pure sucralose one, and yes, their average median quantity used is 1%. So I would say you're probably looking at about 1% for
yeah,
your for that question for optimal
but
percentage.
but
Okay.
that's just DIY. I mean, a lot of the commercial juices have probably got 2% in.
Easily. Yeah.
But just be aware that the higher you push the percentage of your sweetener, the less likely your coils will
Yes.
have a long life.
Yes.
The more likely your coils
Right.
will turn black quickly.
Cheers, Cloud Sugar. Buddy, much appreciated that for super chat.
Beryllium is a little bit easier on your coils than Cap. But he also said he's been averaging 0.75 to 1%. So it's safe
Yes,
to bump it up.
I would.
I mean, yeah.
What are you using? Has he said what he's using?
No, he just said
He said
liquid
sucralose.
sucralose.
Do you know, right? Extra sweet.
Yeah.
Like a pellet extra sweet. It's that because it's a mixture in it.
Yeah.
Is it a bit of neotane in it or some? And the
Yeah, it's probably neotame and super
Yeah.
sweet.
I mean,
yeah.
here, Benny,
That's
I'll
a lot
share
sweeter.
this.
That's a
I'll
lot
share this.
sweeter than just straight up super sweet.
But here,
That's
we're
weird.
talking not super sweet. He said sucralose specific. That's why I went with the Flavor West, because they actually have a pure
All right.
sucralose sweetener. So this would be as accurate to the question as there is 1%.
1.4.
Yeah.
1.4.
Yeah, but 1%'s the
Yeah.
he said optimal,
Yeah.
and optimal would be considered your median over time of use.
Okay, he's
Well,
using
it's
Delosi Mega
it's
Sweet.
Mega Sweet. I don't know. Is that? Does anybody know about that? Can we?
I don't know.
search it
I don't know
up?
the Lucy
I
Mega
don't know
Sweets.
the percentage.
So let's have a look and see.
Yeah, I mean, taste is subjective too, Brian. So I would just, slowly step it up until you find that sweet spot and figure out where your sweet spot is, and then you'll know exactly how much to use.
And the more you were used to commercial, the more sweetener you're gonna want and crave in your vape.
Yeah.
I mean, if 1% isn't
It's
quite
kosher.
enough, try
It's
1.5.
kosher. It's diabetic and vegan friendly.
1.25.
Mega sweet, you said, right?
Gluten free.
I found a Mega Sweet.
Gluten free.
All right, so what do we
Gluten-free.
got here? Let's look this up. It's Delosi Mega Sweet right here, and median they're saying a
0.8.
0.8, and about 1.1 is like your average higher end. So you're probably close to there.
Maximum use quantity 9%.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
that
see,
would be
so you
recommended.
have
No,
I
that's
wouldn't
that,
recommend.
that's
plenty
somebody
of
trying
room
to
to
kill
play
their coil.
around there, Brian.
That's someone trying to turn, their coil into a charcoal briquette. Yeah.
Hanky, that's more of an after show question than a show question.
Why was it but?
Are you still vying for pole position there, Hanky? Is that it? That was a good game back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, but
I'm just looking to see if they're.
whenever you're in doubt, if as long as it's not a newer flavor, go to ELR, go to the flavor list, type in the name,
Yeah.
put it in there, and it's a good place to get a good idea of the flavor.
Mhm.
Because if it's a flavor that's not new and it's been used a lot, and a sweetener, any sweetener's been used considerably, guaranteed.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you what. I'm on Delosi Labs, and it doesn't tell you what it is. It just says 2 to 3 drops sweetener to an entire 15 ml bottle, depending on the flavour power of your liquid. Won't change your flavour, won't separate or settle. No need to reformulate for customers who love your recipe but prefer sweeter juices. Can be used in a recipe and makes conversions drops to ml. then you need. So 1 drop equals approximately 1 teaspoon of sugar sweetness. Each 10 ml is approximately 230 to 300 drops. So that's what it is. So it's saying that.
Yeah, but that's not going to be necessarily for this. You could use it for other things too.
No, but this is more towards, on the low side, this is more towards food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you see what I
so
mean?
you might use more.
Yeah, that's why it's saying drops for the food. But
Yes.
I should imagine with that one, it's going to be the same as most of the other sweeteners on the market. The higher you push it, the more your coils.
Your coils are
Yeah.
gonna not like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9% was somebody just testing it. The highest percentage
Right,
used does not
so-
mean that a lot of people have. It might be
On
one
all
person
the-
messing around.
On all the flavours, it's saying that the average use is 0.99%, 99%, and it's between 0.25 and 1.65% recommended usage. And there's only 30 recipes using it.
That's
So
what I was going to say. I mean, all the flavors doesn't usually have as much of a database for mixes. So
Yeah.
they usually aren't quite as accurate for the percentages.
So I would say maybe
Evening, Ben.
look at Benem. Yeah, I would say maybe pick up a couple of sweeteners. Do you know what I mean? And find which one you like best. You know, like Martin says, best is just to experiment. Don't be afraid of disaster juice. We've all made bean juice many times. Exactly. So, yeah, I like to say I would probably pick up like maybe super sweet from Capella, maybe somewhat from Perillum, you know, and have a play around and see if it does change.
If you really find that you like sweeteners, you can use what is that one that Nevins and them use? That one or the
Neotane.
And some people like it, some people hate it. The jungle flavors. Ultimate sweetener.
Fiddy just said Neotane I love it only from Flavor Jungle. So maybe pick some of that up and see if you want it a little bit sweeter. Rocky's saying 2 drops in a 15ml would be about 0.25%. That's what he's saying. So yeah, I would pick up a couple of bottles of different sweetener, and that goes to anybody. Don't just rely on everybody saying, "Oh, use super sweet."
Yeah.
You might not think it's that sweet. You might not like it. Curl up your Amazon.
Of course you do, Ploppy.
He goes,
Do you know what I
"Ker
mean?
plop, ker plop, ker plop."
So that's what I definitely do is just pick. Because they're not expensive, are they? To pick a couple of bottles of sweetener up.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And get one for me, because you might find that, you know, Tim likes Perillum, Liam likes, you know, super sweet, I like extra sweet, and then you get them and think, I don't like any of them, and get something totally different.
And I actually find that I use super sweet from Cap for some things and Perillum for others, but I'm being really picky. It's not really necessary, just being really picky. And I actually have so many different sweeteners. I tried to collect them all that I can get a hold of to try and compare them. I should do a sweetener comparison, but my God, that would be a terrible, terrible single flavor test day.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're at it, Tim, you could do a taste test on each bit of VG and each PG that's out there as well.
I've actually done some of that, Liam. It's not as much fun as it sounds. There are some that are really gross. There's some that are super sweet. The PG and VG. I mean, what is it? The
PG.
VG. Some
PG,
of the VGs can be really sweet.
Definitely not. Don't taste PG. It's fucking awful. It's not a nice taste. VG's nice, but fucking
VG's
PG.
nice. VG can be extremely sweet though.
yes.
It really can have a sweet. And I'm talking
PG.
even single flavor testing, like just plain VG. You can get some super sweet VGs. PG has an off chemical taste if you're doing just PG.
Yeah. Mike says I've tried a few, but personally get best results from the classic super sweet. Rocky measures it by the gallon, milk and honey.
Oh yeah, but that's just the milk and honey.
Yeah, the thing with sucralose is that it's a sugar, isn't it? It's a you know,
It's actual sugar.
Yeah, rather than a chemically enhanced thing that's a mixture of everything. I would definitely try something else other than that Flavor West and just see what difference you get. Because you're saying that got some from purchased from Amazon. Delosi's seem to be sweeter. So I would definitely try something else. Maybe get some nicotine from Flavor Jungle and try that out and see if that's more to your palate, and try it really low. I'll get some, like, say you get the extra sweet, which is like a mixture of a thing, and that's really sweet as that. Got up said that I mixed with cylinders and drops for years. The advent of scales broke my brain and cut my mix time by 90%. Yeah,
And your
sucrose is
accuracy
derived from sugar,
increased.
exactly, yeah.
Accuracy increased greatly. Your consistency in your mixes when using a scale.
Oh, man, I remember when I first started mixing with drops, and you'd go 1,
2. Oh
2,
shit! Was
3,
that
4,
5
5,
or
6,
7?
7, 8, 9, 10. Shit.
Or the drops. The drops are fairly consistent, but you might get the occasional one that's a little tight or a little narrow or a little bit loose in the tip, and then your drops are different sizes, and then next thing you know, wow, this one tastes a lot different than the last time I mixed it. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a revolution whenever we started mixing by weight. That would just it's just made mixing so much easier.
And then they started selling even the scales for, like, when you're doing mixed drinks, doing cocktails. They've got the scale setups for those now because of the same reason. More accurate than trying to do it with a dram that might be a little off.
Yeah.
Rocky saying I can't stand the Flavor West sucrose myself, so yeah, it might be just that, mate.
I'm with you on that, Rocky. I think it's a little mouth puckering.
Yeah.
That sucralose. I actually think there's a bottle of it right behind. No, it's a cap. No, Wonder Flavor sweetener, actually. Behind me. I got like there's like really right here. I got VSO sweet. I got the VSO the other sweetener there, the stevia. I got the sweet from Wonder Flavors, and then cap super sweet right here. That's just right there that was for testing purposes, to try and test them against each other.
Yeah, Martin said Flavor Ban comes in, Amazon has a surge in sales of dealer scales. Yeah, exactly. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
Suddenly you'll see, because these people that are starting to look at, doing their own flavour. Like I say, we've said this all along. Just go buy some one shots. One shots.
There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, if you are looking for the chef's flavour ones, do go over to, what's it called now?
Flavor Craver.
Flavor Craver.
These ones, Brian. I got this one because I wanted a set of these scales, but I wanted one that had the weight so you could actually calibrate it, because the ones like Cassie has, I got a spare set here in case this ever died, just like the one she has, but it can't be calibrated, so you're kind of like, it's good enough. You don't really know.
Yeah, do go over to Flavor Crave, check them out. They are releasing flavours that was the past flavours.
Yes.
So they are starting to release some of the original chefs that were bygone years that people have tried and then discontinued. So they are starting to do some of them. So do go over there and check them out and see if you are after some chefs' original one-shot flavours. They want a little bit of push. I thought we'd give them a little bit of a push because they were at Expo and what is it we're talking to? I missed them because I came on B2B, but Nevs were talking to them. And they were asking, how do we get sort of his name back out there, because it is all chef's original flavors.
Yeah, it's flavorcraver.co.uk.
Yeah, yeah. So
And, I have the LB501 in the other room. I've used it less than 5 times. It's so easy to grab this one. I don't find it's any more accurate.
Yeah, they got their staples, I believe, like the Welsh custard and the Mexican fried ice cream, and
yes. Yeah.
The blue slush and things like that. But they are going through. when they took over, they got given Carl's flavor book. So with all of his recipes in for a lot of the older ones. So yeah, they are starting to have a look and release what ones that they think are going to be popular. They do have a Facebook page as well, and they do put polls up on their Facebook to see what flavors people want to see back. So it's definitely worth popping onto their Facebook as well, joining their Facebook page and having a look on there and taking part. If there's any particular flavors that you actually want to come back, they seem like they're pretty open to customers
they are,
contacting
yeah,
them and
yeah.
asking them.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean, it
One of
might
their
just
posts.
it might just be that you I don't know, jam roly poly. So you wanted that back, or you wanted the spotted dick and custard back.
I think they're
Message
bringing
them, ask them.
I think they're bringing
Yeah.
that back.
So message them, and then they might just put it up to a poll. If it's going to be popular, they'll release it.
I mean, I responded to one of their posts, and it was an instant response from something I said, and it was actually kind of something semi-important, but also funny way. But it was meant to be also educational, and it did a nice response quickly. I mean, it's almost instantaneous. So they pay attention to the social media.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're still well shown.
Yes,
as well.
Like I said, they were asking Nevs out. Sort of, I think they were wondering, get like yourselves back on board and things like that. Selling flavour, one-shot flavour.
Yeah.
They were asking how much you got paid for it and what percentage and all that lot. I think they were trying to delve into trying to get it how it used to be with mixers and that lot. Do you know? What I mean?
Bringing the creators and stuff back.
I think that's a long way off though. They need to get themselves out there that people know them first. So they were just wanting some from the TikTok king, Nevs. Right. Caleb says Capella, Perulian, Flavora, occasional TFA are all I reach for. Flavor West, monk fruit, stevia, etc. Just sit there, yeah. I've mixed up my own sweeteners with PG. Cap is just easy and delicious, my go-to. So yeah, and Cloud's just looking in the King's Custard Original OG custard cream. It's gorgeous. I'm on it now. I picked up some lemon from him.
I was trying out some more of the luscious whatever this week.
Lemon custard.
I was going to say just lemon custard, is it?
Lemon custard, yeah, it tasted nice. I hadn't tried it yet, but I tried it when I was there, and that was one that sort of floated my balls.
You see, I was thinking either a bar or maybe like a grape juice. Welch's grape juice. I mean, that's what pops in my mind.
No. But no. I just thought we'd give them a shout out. We'll keep shouting them out.
Yeah.
Every now and again, see if we can push it forward. I think I might order some one shots from them. I did get one from Nevs. I think I got, what would it got from it? They give it to him, but he said, "Oh, do you want it?" So I think I got it off of him, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been looking because I do really miss Mexican fried ice cream and the Welsh custard. Yeah, it's really nice. Think of it's like a cinnamon desserty ice cream. It's really nice.
Yo jelly.
Yeah, you jelly. Yeah, that's one of their old ones as well.
Jelly custard cream. Yo jelly.
Yeah.
So Nev's give me that night. I thought, oh, I love about that.
Don't get that mixed up with your KY jelly, Penny. It'll taste completely different.
Back at hand. That's quite nice, is that?
Yeah. Yeah, Carl and Lewis really knew how to mix.
Yeah, I tell you what, that is quite tasty. It's raspberry
So what are you
jelly.
getting?
Raspberry jelly.
Okay.
There was only one or two flavors I wasn't keen on, but that's just because it wasn't my profile. I mean, I didn't like one of their really popular ones, but not my type of profile.
Yeah. John McClure, I've been on Mexican fried ice cream for a week. Fucking lovely. It is, mate. Honestly, Mexican. It's a really strange one, is that? It's a really strange one that I didn't think I'd like at first. And then I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I tell you what used to be nice as well. I Tickle Me Pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
But Tickle Me Pink is one I didn't like. But like I said, it's not my profile. Not my type of profile, that one.
Well, if you like raspberry, your jelly's quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
It's got the raspberry. It's got a bit of cream on the back and a little bit of custardy. No, quite nice, that.
Got a question from Martin. He's trying to make a lime slushy. Not sure what else other than to add. Is this not quenchy enough? Yeah, if you want to add a bit of wetness, a little bit of cucumber. Don't go too mad though, because the
Martin,
cucumber will give you the rind.
Get the Noms kiwi. That is. Do you want slushy? That's slushy. Like syrup.
Also,
Kiwi
That
and lime go
sweet
nice
lime
together.
from the supercharged Noms lime, that is like a nice sweet lime, and it's like a perfect beverage lime. It adds a lot of
It's-
like
Is that the-
nice
is that the
It's a
new
juiciness.
one?
syrupy
Is that the
lime.
new rhyme?
Syrupy lime.
Is that the new?
That's one.
new
That's the
line?
supercharged line. That's their
Yeah.
100 flavors they dropped. Yeah, that is the lime. If you're going for a slushy, that's the one.
As a matter of fact,
It's
I've
the-
got a 10 ml sitting right here.
Like that was instantly with I thought of as slush puppy syrup is almost what it
Mm.
is like.
Well, that might
You
be.
guys-
one
did
to
you
pick
guys
up
have
then,
slush
Martin,
puppies
if you
over
use
there?
that.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
we
have
do,
slush
yeah.
puppies?
Do you know, right? I can buy a slush puppy machine for £15 from B&M's.
Nice.
They're on
Nice.
sale. They were 25. They're now 15. If anybody wants one.
Why
Why don't you have
They
one?
probably don't work.
I can't drink them. I can't drink
Why?
slushies.
Right?
They make me feel like I'm having a heart attack. Seriously.
Oh.
My chest goes all tight
Do you know what
and
I thought you were
everything.
gonna
I
say?
just
My
can't drink them.
testicles go really tight. I thought that's what you were going to say there.
No, it makes my chest go really tight and gives me
Yeah.
pain
Supposed to
right in my
drink 'em,
chest.
not,
Yeah.
not Dippin' Dots. Okay, they're not Dippin' Dots. You're supposed to drink it. Testicles going up in.
Do
Yeah,
you want to
I-
bring up Rocky's flavour? He's just dropped in. He's got 2 that he's dropped in so far, and we haven't looked at. Had one there. He has I'm on Hillbilly Holler, and then he's just dropped that on all the flavours Mexican fried ice cream.
You can't see that one. Oh, that's the one. I got it. Hillbilly Holler. And the other one
Hillbilly
is...
Holler. You goddamn son of a bitch.
Oh, let me go down.
Caleb saying FLV is strong as hell, very candy and great for slushy kind of flavours. So yeah, maybe try, like say, pick a couple of them limes up that were just
There you go.
noms.
So I'll do a share on this. So this is Rocky's Hillbilly Holler. So it's Mountain Dew. So it's 1.5% Vape Train Fizzy Sherbet, 4% Cap Lemon Lime, 1.5% Wonder Flavors Orange, Citrus Tangy, and 0.65% Capella Super Sweet.
Nice.
I mean, as long as it doesn't make you,
I love the CGI.
as long as it doesn't make you look like that, Rocky. I mean, it looks like a
What do
really
you
nice
hey,
juice.
hey! That's an actual current day picture of Rocky. Do not pick on that. that has not. That's not CGI. That's him.
And then we got the Mexican fried ice cream.
Wow, there's a lot going on there. isn't
That there is a lot of flavors. So that's
Wow.
1% Flavora Cinnamon Crunch, 1.4% Flavora Cream, 0.4% Flavora Eggnog, 0.4 Flavora Frosting, 0.28 Flavora Graham Cracker, 0.6 Flavora Milk, 0.4 Milk and Honey, 0.2 Pralines, 0.2 Sweet Coconut, 0.6 Sweetness, 0.28 Vanilla Bean, and 1% Vanilla Pudding. All Flavora.
That's a right thing. going
Holy
on there.
crap, Rocky. That's a recipe for you, man.
Bertie says Hillbilly Holler. Mum is his sister. My dad's my uncle. My grandma's my grandma.
But you're your own grandpa.
That's that joke, innit? When so if my dad marries my wife's sister, do you know what I mean? And all the have you heard this?
There's
all-
a whole-
do all
yeah, the
that?
whole
Yeah,
thing,
it's
yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah, is my dad my uncle, my grandma, fucking, I'm my own.
But I'm my own grandpa.
my own grandpa
Yeah.
when it turns out at end, yeah.
Because he marries her daughter, I think.
Yeah, it's something
something
like
like
that.
that,
Yeah. And it
Yeah, he
ends up
marries
being
her daughter, but her daughter is not related to him because it's a stepdaughter. So they're not actually related. It's all messed up.
ends up becoming his brother-in-law. It's fucking- and then
Yeah, it's his
comes in-
brother-in-law. His brother-in-law, his cousin, and his own grandpa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It looks like a lot going on in that fried ice cream. I've got to say that. Definitely a lot going on. My family sister came up with a recipe name.
I mean sister. Yeah.
I'm all in on that later. It's a curl up, yeah. It's like I say, there's a lot of flavours. You had to put that milk and honey in there, didn't you? Had to get that in there.
Yep.
Definitely had to get that in there. What is a Mexican fried ice cream anyway? I don't even know what one is.
A cinnamon ice cream, I think.
It's cinnamon ice cream that's deep fried.
Oh, is
deep fried
it deep
cinnamon
fried?
ice cream.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's deep fried, yeah.
Is it-
It's not the actual dessert itself. I think is actually covered in like cornflakes or something and deep fried.
All right, right. Is it 2 weeks deep? Yeah. Is it like
Oh, hon, you
a
put that in
deep-fried Mars
chat
bar
for real.
sort of thing?
You see,
Yeah,
my own grandpa. That's what that clip is. She put in there. My own
Ah,
grandpa.
right.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I was surprised to find out there is actually deep fried as well. But I suppose it's in a way it's kind of like a baked
Well-
Alaska.
Yes.
Yeah, because baked Alaska is ice cream that you put in the oven, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
from
big
brand,
figure.
yeah.
The ice cream is nothing more than almost a batter. It really is.
You are right.
Yeah.
Philip says that ice cream rolled in cornflakes and deep fried.
Yeah.
Would it
Now,
work in my air fryer?
I from the chef's Mexican fried ice cream,
You don't
I
mind the goo in the
couldn't
bottom.
I couldn't say that I would actually get that cereal note from it. But that might have just been me missing that cereal note, but
Right.
it is really, really nice. If you like that type of profile, it's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah. John said he did 4 weeks, but people shake and vape it. I never left it that long. I couldn't leave it fucking 4 weeks.
I
I'm-
shake and vape everything.
Yeah, I were a bit of a shake and vape. I'm like I say, sometimes I'll forget it. If I'm not in rush for it, I'll put it away and leave it. Like I did that with, like I hadn't done. Oh, it's in my van. The OG, the orange custard that used to be from Yorkshire Vapor. When I first, I was like, oh, this isn't very good. And now I've left it for about 2 months. It's not bad now, actually. I think it was custard that needed a bit more steeping on it. All right, so the OG chefs Mexican fried ice cream came from an ELR mixer. Was it from you, Rocket? Is this what you're telling us? Is this what you're telling us? Mm.
It would have like 10% milk and honey in it if it was a Rocky recipe.
So that I think he's trying to tell us.
That might have
that's
been
what it
before
came
he
from.
got the gallon rate.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a little less.
And it
It
contains,
contains no ice cream flavors.
I think he's trying to tell us something. That might be the original recipe.
He's not
Cheerios
telling you no because he wants you
as a
to believe
base.
it either way.
Yeah. Cheerios, no, not me.
Oh, no, not me. He did say no. Okay.
Yeah. Cheerio, is it Cheerios or Curios? I never know if it's
Churros.
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 Mexican dessert.
Yeah. Basically a fried cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, mate, I gained weight while it was fucking lockdown. That was 5 years ago. I still can't shift the fucking stuff. It's just get more and more. Hey, up, Scuba. I just keep getting more and more weight piled on. That's my problem. And I'm getting older and fatter.
See, I lost weight during lockdown because I had more time to work out.
So I will
And then I didn't have the time to work out then when lockdown finished and piled it all back on.
Yeah, well, I went opposite way. I lost a load of weight before lockdown, and then lockdown happened, and I'm left to my own devices, just eating shit. Because I'm a bit of an eater. I'm a bit of a picker. So if there's biscuits, and I won't stop at like one biscuit. It's got to be about 10. Do you know what I mean? And before you know it, I'm eating fucking everything late at night and sat there watching a film, and I've scoffed a bog of popcorn and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a big chef packet of crisps, and they're gone in an hour.
Yeah, so when serves 8 becomes a challenge. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it don't. They don't say a fucking 8. Yeah.
Tim, what is wrong with you?
Well, he'll lose weight. It'll work. Guaranteed.
I don't need laxative, mate. It's a shit anyway.
Yeah, but this way here you lose it fast. You want to lose
Yeah,
weight fast? There you go.
I've got
You
IBS,
shit
so I
yourself out
don't
your
need-
rectum.
Yeah, it don't work because I've got IBS and I still have to put weight on. Tortillas de tata de manza. I've got a fucking clue what that is. What the hell's that?
Tortilla de fata de manzana.
Is it Tarzan's little brother?
It's something to do with a tortoise and a hare.
I think this was like those apple
It's-
cinnamon
I think it's
like
the apple cinnamon one, I believe.
roll thing.
Apple pie taquitos.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Martin, right? My team does not. We do a resistance training, so it's just fucking touch and pass, really.
Right, so
around field, so we don't do any core stuff.
I'll do
Still fucking old. Oldest one's 63. Have a heart attack.
I'll do a share on apple pie taquitos, which is 1.5% flavor apple filling, 2% of baked apple from VSO, 1% VSO butter, 0.5% FA custard premium, 0.5% Flavora milk and honey, 1.5% one-on-one pie crust, 0.2% Flavora starch base, 0.75% super sweet from Capella, and 1% Zapola from FA.
That starch base, what does it actually do? Does it give you the fried sort of thing to it?
I never use it because I couldn't get on with that starch base whatsoever. Whatever percentage I tried it in, I just didn't like the taste of it, so I don't use it myself.
If I remember correctly, he said when added to the pie crust, it gave the taste and sensation of the tortilla.
Yeah, I believe
right.
If I remember
correctly.
right.
So what else have you been up to, you lot? Up to now? Well, you mixed a couple of shows. You did a little break. You've been flavour testing and stuff,
A
haven't you?
ton of beta testing, actually, way more than we expected this year.
Can
We're
we
getting like
say
a little
who
bit.
it's for?
I suppose we could. It's for
I'm
Wonder
sure you could
Flavors.
say who. Right, so you don't have to tell us
But
what flavours are,
it turned out to be a first round, and there was a second round, and there was a third round. And we got them all mixed and they're ready to test, but they need to be tested over the next couple of days. And now there's a fourth round coming of betas. It's like, holy crap! So this could be a
AKA,
big year for releases.
we
Could
love
be.
you, Frank, but screw you.
How many
Well, no,
are
it's
they
funny
actually-
because the flavors keep on getting more and more up the alley of Cassie will not touch his shit with a 10-foot pole.
How many are they planning on? Do you know how many they're planning on doing?
Originally, not as many as now. I'm thinking it's going to be a bigger release than initially intended. Now it's more refining the flavors to get them right.
Do you
and they're
think
doing a little
planning
refining for us.
They're sort of looking at what's happening around sort of the world at the moment. They're thinking.
I'm
there
wondering
might
if
be an influx
Flavora
in
is or
flavours.
Flavora is stocking up on their their ingredients for their flavors, because it's been a while since their beta testing, and I'm impatiently waiting for that release because it's something I want to pick up in big bottles.
I know he keeps talking about one of them like it's released yet, and I'm like, Tim, shut up! It's not out yet. Shut up!
No, it's two of them. There's two of them that
What was
aren't
that?
released yet.
Flavora bringing some more
Flavora,
out.
yeah, Flavora.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if there's a reason other than maybe getting batches ready, because it might take a while for them to steep before they can release them, or whatnot.
Nick,
But
get
Wonder
Brandon
Flavors,
on
I
that.
think the release is going to be a lot farther out because they're actually keep on adding more and more possibilities to this, and some of them are winners. So it's like there will be more added. So how many? I don't have a clue. It's going to be I think it's going to be a significant release this year.
Yeah, we need to get in touch with Brandon and have a word with him and get him to come on. Probably when the release and talk about, because he wanted to come on and talk about all the flavours, how to use that.
All right, and
what new
Bryson has
flavours
the
are
new
on.
baby at home, so I'm sure
Yeah.
he spent some time with the baby. So
Yeah. So
not that
we need
new
to get 'em.
anymore, but still little.
Yeah, we need to get him. Need to have a word with him and get him on. Because it was a while ago now. It's
Good
a year
people.
ago since I last talked to him.
Yeah, they got some coming though. I can't wait. Cannot wait. This is going to be.
Yeah.
See, I think that Flavor Art really needs to start doing beta testing again. Their releases their hit rate's been in the crapper for the last like 2 years, 3 years.
You know, Flavour Art's more for food. I think they.
Yeah, but if you even tried those flavors even in foods, they just it's almost like they're just throwing something together in the lab. Oh, that's kind of like that. Let's throw it out
they're
there.
Italian,
it's like,
aren't they?
ugh.
So you know what I mean.
Are you trying? That's mean, because I've had really good Italian food, and I'm telling you what, those flavors are not up to par.
Yeah, they are a bit strange with the stuff, like, do you know what I mean? So
It could just be, I mean, when a company gets to a certain size and gets a certain reputation, they can go one or two ways. They either start ramping up more with the beta tests, or they just decide, whatever we've been releasing is gold, so we'll just carry on releasing without testing.
That is the third flavor house I've seen that have a very bad situation where they started getting too full of themselves and going past where they should go too quickly without testing.
Yeah.
Flavora releases are going to be good this time too.
I know you were saying that the other night too. You can't wait for the Flavour release, Floppy.
I can't either.
I can't either. I want to play with these
Did-
flavors so bad.
You know how
So
bad I want to
how
mix
many
with
flavors-
this and just put. I got so many recipes. I'm ready to put this out
How
with. But I
many
can't.
flavors are they releasing? Do you know?
I don't get a total on how many they're going to release. I just
Right.
get a feel for how many should be released, and they've been pretty accurate so far.
So go on. What's your feeling then?
Yeah. I don't know who else even got the Flavora testers. So
You see, how many are you feeling that they should?
should be like 8 to 10.
Really? That many? Right.
At
We've also
least.
got another
Nice.
Nom Noms delivery today. A lot of SSA flavourings.
SSA has a good hit rate in general.
Yeah, I keep my SSA crate like pretty close at hand, like I'm touching it right now.
That's funny because my SSA is one of the ones that hasn't left my room. Like I got the whole closet in the other room with all the other flavors. SSA is right here.
Where's SSA from? Because they seem to
Poland.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah, SSA is the same as Mullenberry.
They're
Is it?
Poland.
Are they
Yeah, they're
Polish?
Poland. Yeah.
Because they just seemed to come out of nowhere, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? There were 1 minute you were, and then suddenly you got Mollenberry firing out there, and you got
Well,
SSA.
SSA is actually kind of like becoming the Mullenberry. So from rumor is it's going to be that's where Chemnavatic's going. Is it the same thing like the MB, the SSA MB? They're going to do the same thing with the Chemnavatic. Hasn't come out yet, so I'm pretty sure they're going to label it like they do the MB. So I wouldn't get too excited if you see a flavor that's similar, the SSA version. They taste different. Tested a few of them. I don't think they're the same. I think until they actually have the Chemnavatic something on there to signify it's from that, it's not the same flavor yet.
In a way, they're all also Polish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's got some good flavors too, but
Well,
theirs
Chemnavatic
is such
was-
theirs goes all over the place. So you can get a flavor, but I mean, you have to hunt it down. You can get it, and they might never really fully release. It might always be like a miniature release. They
well,
do
I
a lot of
remember
that.
when there were all the big things that they had to reformulate about flipping 30 of their flavors.
That reformulating and not telling anyone was the problem. Not letting
they-
anyone know.
Well, no, because they reformulated chocolate, didn't they? Everybody who raved about their chocolate, and then they had to reformulate it and release and said it's not the same.
Yeah, and
No,
they didn't say anything, so you just buy a big old bottle thinking you're all set, and all of a sudden it tastes completely different.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
the impression I got a couple of is SSA and Mollenberry were sourcing some of their flavors from Chemnavatic
Right.
and using some of those in their flavors. It's like the Chemnavatic cornflakes and the Mollenberry cornflake are very, very similar, if not identical. So I think they were sourcing. I think they were sourcing some of their flavors from Chemnavatic, but I don't believe they're the parent company because SSA Mollenberry owned by the same people. SSA stands for So Bucky Super Aromas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Is
really 100% sure of the actual origin on that either.
So-
I mean, I've talked to
I-
her, but
I believe So Bucky is the company.
Well, I know.
I believe it is
Chemnavatic-
now, but I don't know if it started as So Bucky is the. That's curious. I should check on the lineage on that. See how it started because might be SSA just became like the conglomerate.
Well, I know that Chemnavatic were
Bucky.
the one that Vic went and over to Poland, didn't he, and did a tour of the factory and everything, and did an interview with him. I don't know if you've seen that. They didn't even. I don't even know if you knew that they'd done that. Went over to Poland and did the showed him round everything.
Yeah.
How-
You know how I know that? Because you've told me before. That's the only reason I know it.
yeah.
But I remember it.
Rocky says, "My wife is Russian/Polish. She caught me cleaning coals with vodka. Ouch! What a bit like President Murkoff. with his wife that give him a slap and the woman came out with a stop. They come out with a big black eye. After the waffle debacle, I lost some trust in a wearer.
I think a lot of people did. The Innerwear ended up getting a reputation of just reformulating and just not telling anybody.
Yeah.
So you end up losing trust in their flavors because there might be a particular flavor that you really, really like using, but you don't want to just in case they reformulate it and don't tell anybody.
Do you think they do it to make it cheaper?
Yeah, that's. I think it's the same with a lot of industries. It is reformulated to make cheaper. I expect slightly cheaper components.
Yeah,
increases
reformulation
their profit.
Might use the same flavors, just the source might be, oh, this source is cheaper now. Let's get it from here. And you know, sometimes a source of a ingredient can change the quality of the ingredient, and that can cause issues.
It could also be. I mean, these are big, fairly big food sort of manufacturing places, aren't they? So they're probably sourcing their the components that go into their flavors from other places.
Yes.
And if that place that they're sourcing it from goes out of business or stops making it, then they have to find it from somewhere else. So I think some of it is to try and reduce costs, and some of it is just down to not being able to source a particular flavor or a particular component.
Ukrainian factories being destroyed. There's a few of those that actually a lot of companies relied on some of the components for their flavorings that came out of that area. So they either had to figure out a different source or discontinue. That's why we had a scare on a few being discontinued, but they found another source. Hopefully that happens with most of them. But if they can't, what do? You can't make what you don't have, right? You either reformulate or you're done.
Yeah, but it's good for them to actually notify customers that we've had to reformulate or call it a V2 or something.
Right. Well, you don't know as well whether it's because they are used for food flavourings. We're just a byproduct of things that maybe they're one of their biggest customers has gone to them. Look, we want this flavouring, but we want it changing slightly because it's not
want it to,
or we want it to make it cheaper.
This is the bigger, safer thing. We want this not in it. Yeah.
And that they might say, right, well, you know, you're spending millions of pounds with us, then we'll do it. And then we get a by effect that it's us. Do you know what I mean?
Or we want exclusive rights to this flavour.
Yeah.
And therefore, a V2 then has to come out for them to satisfy the rest of the market.
Yeah.
And you brought up the chefs earlier, like the original chefs got bought out. They were reformulating and making their own versions and made it sound like they were selling the original chefs like concentrates when they weren't. I mean, that's false advertising in a way. That kind of thing. And it's similar to Innerwear. Changing something and not letting people know is the biggest culprit. Because then you get in, you're like, why is this so bad?
To anyone that might have just turned on to this channel or just started watching from this point, we're not talking about flavorcraver.co.uk.
No,
we are talking about chef's flavors.
Yes.
The one that got bought out by Dark Star.
Martin's saying, Benny, what always gets me is nostalgia. Old juice and flavours are really better, or it just nostalgia effect. A lot of it is nostalgia effect, mate, because I can testify that I got that orange custard. It has been reformulated from when it were Yorkshire Vapor, because obviously it had Cap 1 in it and things like that. But even when they changed it still doesn't taste the same. So a lot of these old flavours that you get in, you're like, they really don't taste like. The Pancake Man was another one. I was like, really don't taste like it used to do. Do you know what I mean? So
a lot of the diacetyl thing, when that went out, they changed so many for that. And let's be honest, okay, this low percentage of diacetyl in those flavors, I'll take it because it makes it taste that much better in most cases.
Give it to me.
That's, I should remember, there's a dirty butthole. I can't really say. For what they did with that, we're buying chefs and that, I understand that, but they did save Juice Cabin from disappearing altogether.
True.
Because they bought Les Pickens flavours and everything from him. So they did save that, you know what I mean? So I can't really say that they were that bad because, like I say, they did save the Juice Cabin flavours. Even though they got rid of nearly 90% of the flavours, do you know what I mean? Only cherry-picked the ones that were sort of seemingly popular. There's still his name's out there, and it's still Juice Cabin's website's there, and the Net Tobaccos are still out there. Do you know what I mean? So,
Rocky, I saw that. I heard about that like yesterday. Is that true? They actually dropped it again, the strawberry jam, and now they have a jam and toast. Saw a post about that yesterday. I didn't know. That's the first time I've heard it said. Like has some
I mean,
validity to
somebody
it.
had said something about it in our chat last Saturday, I think it was, but we hadn't heard anything official about it, so we just heard it from the one person. But
And that was an ingredient issue, from what I understand. The strawberry jam.
Michael says, "TF is this the flavor mafia? We're coming to get you."
As a matter of fact, I've actually got one of my flavor drawers where I've actually got Innerwear, SSA, and Mullenberry is actually labeled as Polish Mafia.
Okay, Rocky. So that is okay. That's good to know because I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
I just heard about that the other day. Someone's asking about it. And they said it's not the same. And it's like, okay, so why? Because I thought they saved it. Because that's the last I heard is they weren't going to drop it. Now they're changing it to something else, which is not even the same damn thing. It's a good thing we have a good strawberry jam. We got the noms.
yeah.
Brian saying, of course, how the new law goes into effect in the UK is going to affect the flavourings and availability. Well, affect them, mate, because it's only a flavour ban on disposables at the moment. It's not it's not a flavour ban on anything else. That's still being flicked around House of Commons at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if they do decide to come up with a flavour ban, it's not going to affect the DIY flavours because they're all food flavourings. You can't touch them. But the only thing that it will do is it just mean that you won't be able to go into a vape shop and pick up your I don't know, this maple syrup pancake. They'll just be I assume they just go down the route of just all tobacco.
Yeah, well, they are getting rid of packaging out there. That's what they're going to do as well. So it's going to be plain packaging.
Same thing.
Yeah, they're doing like Canada did. Like Canada already did.
Yeah, they're doing basically what they did with cigarettes, just a plain packet. You can't have any design. It'll just say what flavour.
Now you can have an internal package inside that package. It could have some color to it.
No, you can't have anything. It's just a straight.
Not even inside the package?
No.
Well, we can't see. I thought it just couldn't be visible on the outside.
No, it's just a straight plain packaging.
No, if it goes the same way that they did with cigarettes, if you go to a cigarette counter now, you used to have all the cigarettes on display. So you'll be able to see all the different brandings and everything else. Well, it's not just a case that they're all like plain packaging, so they don't stand out. It's they're actually behind sliding doors as well. So you have to actually ask for what you want.
Well, what'll happen with vape shops if they do that? It'll go down. Do you remember the old private shops, the pawn shops? It was just a blacked out windows with private over at top of window. Yeah. It'll be like that, won't it? It'll be like, you walk past a shop and it'll just say vape shop and the windows will be all blacked out.
Because remember Dave from Dash Vapes did that nice video that got taken down of the before and after when they were doing that transition to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a great transition for Dash Vapes when they changed over like that. And it was like you had everything out, but it was still behind closed doors. You still couldn't see it really from the outside. You had to come in. And then all of a sudden, even inside, you got it's ridiculous. The level of security. It's like putting Tide Pods in a locked cabinet. Remember that? We had that over here anyway.
Oh, Tide Pods.
Tide Pods had to be in a locked cabinet all of a sudden. You couldn't get laundry soap without getting
that's because some dickhead decided to eat it, didn't they? A TikTok challenge fucking thing, and all kids were eating Tide Pods.
I want to eat some laundry soap in a pod.
They had this whole cabinet. If you wanted Tide Pods, you had to get an associate, prove that you're over 18. Yeah. They'd have to take it up to the counter for you to buy it. It's like, this is crazy. This is at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, it's like Gorilla Glue, isn't it? Where that woman in America decided to stick her hair with Gorilla Glue and stuck her hand to her head.
You can't fix stupid. I'm sorry, you just can't.
I saw someone earlier. They got Asda put across the top of their head because they used an Asda carrier bag for when they were dyeing their hair. So they got Asda going across the top of their head.
Oh dear. But yeah, you can you can't fix stupid. They were just suing Gorilla Glue for that because it didn't say not for use on hair.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like this all
it's
started with that
glue.
McDonald's suing for the hot coffee being too hot. It's like it says hot. Oh, but
Yeah.
we didn't tell me it was that hot.
They got
It's
they got
hot
done big
coffee.
time for the what is it, apple tart, wasn't it?
No,
Apple pies.
but I found out about the McDonald's coffee. The McDonald's coffee. It was McDonald's who were actually of they were the ones that actually propagated this whole it was absolutely ridiculous thing that's going on. Apparently, the coffee was actually served at a ridiculous temperature, right?
It was.
So it goes to show that how hot the coffee was. The lady that spilt it on her lap, she had to actually have an operation on her vagina to unseal it because it all fused together because of how hot that coffee was. So, yeah, it was a ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, coffee is hot, and you know it's hot, but you don't expect it to be that hot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I say,
Yeah,
Still-
McDonald's
still,
does tend
though-
to overheat their coffee.
Still, though, it was hot coffee. Take caution. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you spill that on yourself. You're expecting
oh,
a little
yeah,
bit
but
of
what
burns.
came-
You're not
what- but-
expecting, and
But what
she
came
was-
out of it? What came
And
out of it was extra hot on your packaging thing that they had to do and stuff like that. It's like you shouldn't have to like literally have hot 7,000 times on a cup or in bold print just because it's hot. I mean, yeah, it's hot.
yeah, but
I mean,
apparently.
maybe have more controls on your temperature settings.
Yeah,
Yes.
but apparently the woman wasn't suing either for millions or anything like that. She literally just wanted to cover the cost of the operation that she had to have because of their coffee.
because you're having a designer vagina.
Yeah. Yeah, basically she just wanted to cover the costs that the hospital charged her for doing that.
But the way they went with it, they went to, well, we got to put hot all over the cups. It's like, it said
Yeah,
hot.
but like I say,
we knew
there's
that.
There's loads of stuff like
But,
that.
I mean,
Why
like,
go that
so-
direction instead of working on, you know, maybe a little bit of temp control issues to make sure your coffee
but
isn't too hot.
honestly,
I
there's
mean,
loads of stuff out there that's exactly the same. That you know,
That Gorilla Glue one is stupid though, because why would
Yeah.
you even think to put
Yeah.
that in your hair?
Exactly.
It's-
Wanted that 80s hold for your hair?
It's yeah, but it's knowing to be able to stick things to walls and not move.
It's an industrial strength
Yeah,
adhesive.
Um,
Industrial
sure.
strength adhesive.
yeah. Sean's saying surely it only gets so hot before it boils. How does she take it with 28 sugars? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I say, you just get some. Could it be McWalt was paying attention to the coffee pot thermostat? Probably so. Probably.
I don't
so.
think they had thermostats at that time, and I'm not sure if they do that. Cassigan said, "Did they have thermostats in your coffee now?"
No.
So they
Hmm.
just
No,
threw a
like-
bunch of extra hot labels on the cups and said,
but-
"Good to go."
Yeah, but to be fair, a coffee pot can only boil to 100 degrees, but water can only get to 100 degrees, can't it?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Do you
it's
know what I mean?
steam.
Yeah, it should be steam. So you put it in a cup, it'd be steam. It can't get any hotter than 100 degrees, can it? Do you know what I mean? It's
No.
impossible. It
The whole
fucking
response
changes
was everything had to be super labeled. It's like, okay,
it. Yeah,
but it's hot coffee.
but it's probably because you
Yeah,
don't
it might be
expect
extra
it.
hot. So put out a warning on your thing that it could be hotter than you would expect or something like that.
but then I mean, you got labels on car batteries: "Do not drink," because obviously some idiot has tried doing it in the past. You know, those
There's
only
a
come
lot of
about.
labels.
Those
lot of
only come
labels like
about.
that now.
Yeah, those only come about because of people being complete and utter.
Yeah,
idiots.
Kerplop, you're probably right. That's what the real lawsuit was over right there.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with her.
So they are set at a predetermined temperature, but McDonald's has theirs set like extremely high, like all the time. I don't know why they think they have to brew their coffee that hot, but that's just how it's set. It's just like an industrial machine. You put the shit in, you hit a button, and it just goes.
Yeah, baristas used metal stick things. Brian says he thinks their pots are set to predetermined temperature. And Matt, Sean says Darwin Award needs to be taught in schools. Yeah,
Yeah,
Martin says it's like when people are surprised at super glue. It's designed to seal war wounds. Of course, it's going to stick to things. Yeah.
Right?
See, the funniest Darwin Award thing that I've ever read, I actually bought a book on Darwin Awards and found their website and used to go on there wasting time reading it. Funniest Darwin
Uh,
Award thing I've read was a guy who he was ice fishing. So he cut a hole in the ice, but he wanted to do dynamite fishing. So he was cutting a hole
oh
in the
my
ice,
god.
light a stick of dynamite, throw it into the hole.
Hole got big.
No,
He missed
he
the
had his
hole.
he had his dog with him. So he lit the
Oh,
stick
the
of
dog.
dynamite, he threw it, the dog went and fucking fetched it and brought it back.
No.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, Cloud Chucker, you're right. McDonald's apple pies can be lava hot.
Yeah, it depends on when you get them. When you get them like fresh out of the oven, you want to let those sit for a good 10 minutes before you
Yeah.
eat that. But when it's been sitting in the warmer all day, you know, they're just like nice and like perfect
I
temperature.
just feel like that was when things really started, where they started over labeling shit, was when McDonald's had the hot coffee. That's when all of a sudden everybody's like, throw labels at it. It was said hot before. It was still hot. So putting more hot on it somehow makes
Yeah,
it
poor
seem
dog.
less hot.
Yeah. Poor
So-
poor dog, but it made me laugh.
But here's the thing about McDonald's apple pies. It's not an apple pie, it's freaking potato.
It's a potato pie. Yeah. Potato seasoned pie. Yeah.
And they're kind of not all that great. Like the strawberry and cream ones are good. The pumpkin ones are
I
amazing.
ain't had one for
Apple,
ages. I
man.
ain't had it.
McDonald's
may-
apple pie doesn't contain apple.
Maybe in America. Over here, it has to contain apple.
Yeah, if it's apple after, it's like our beef burgers. Because I went to McDonald's over there, and have you been to McDonald's lately, Liam? Do you got a McDonald's? Has anybody else
Yeah.
got a McDonald's? Their fucking burgers now are like,
Martin.
they're like fucking coffee coasters. They're
Yeah.
that thin because we've had to take out all the water and shit that you lot put in them over there to make them nice, big and plumpy because we've got to have 100% beef.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It's all cost
Oh,
cutting.
look,
and
our
everything
Subways
again,
over
isn't
here
it,
got
as well?
sued. Our Subways over here got sued because their meat didn't contain enough meat to be considered meat.
Yeah.
And that's by US standards, not by yours,
And the bread had too much percentage of sawdust.
to be considered bread.
Yeah, McDonald's.
But again, at least we can choose our veggies on our Subway sub still. So
Yeah. Warm,
And
but
corn's not
burgers-
one of them.
Honestly, the burgers are fucking awful in McDonald's. I got a Big Mac up a day, and it might as well have been called a fucking cheeseburger because it was it was shit. It was shit,
Yeah.
proper shit. In fact, do you remember when it first came over? I remember getting a Big Mac when it first came over, and you had to hold it at the back because everything just used to fall and slide.
Yeah,
about.
but do
It
you
came
remember
down like that.
there was this whole challenge, but it was Burger King and McDonald's. Where can you eat it without spilling anything
Yes.
out of it?
Yes.
That's where it always used to be.
Yeah, didn't we have horsemeat or one? I don't know. Mackey's is shite. Honestly, I prefer Burger King now, and I never used to like Burger. I
But-
never liked Burger
but-
King.
I actually like Burger King
See-
too, but it's also because you get fresh veggies on your
See,
burger too.
Burger King burgers and the McDonald's fries.
and Wendy's
That
for
that,
chicken.
that would be ideal, but Burger King, while it's nice, is also a lot more expensive than McDonald's.
Yep.
Yeah,
And Burger
You're-
King's fries are inconsistent because they keep trying to compete with McDonald's fries. So you'll see them change their fries occasionally.
well, ours have got
consistently
skin
change their
on-
fries over here.
Ours are skin on fries, aren't they? At Burger King.
They have changed their fries over here so much. I don't even know what they're on now. They keep
their
on
skin
trying
on
to compete.
again.
Yeah.
Are they?
No,
Yeah,
Martin,
Five
Martin,
Guys.
Five Guys is overrated. It's fucking proper overrated because it's no different than getting a burger from the local fucking kebab shop. There's no difference in them.
Actually,
I
that's
was-
kind of true. That's
I was-
kind of
You
true.
know,
It is
See,
very
we-
similar. Yeah.
We've got where I work. There's a Five Guys like 5 minute walk away, but across the road from that is one of these little burger trucks
Yeah.
that are called Two Guys.
Two guys. Yeah, that's exactly it.
They've called themselves Two Guys, and they got the checkered background and everything.
There's no difference in it. They're not. You don't even get it in plastic. You get it in a paper fucking bag, a little fucking
Yeah.
wrapper. They just wrap it in a bit
Yeah.
of paper and give you it. It's not even. You know what I mean? It's shit.
Oh, they wrap them in foil over here.
Oh no, they put them in greaseproof paper. It's just in greaseproof paper. You pay like 15 quid for a fucking burger, fries, and fucking a drink, and you get it in a paper fucking wrap. Well,
Yeah.
excuse me.
The Five Guys fries though, they always give you like a ton of friggin' fries. That's the best
Yeah,
part
if
about
it's
over
like
here.
almost the end of the batch, they just dump all of that
Yeah, but
right in
why I
your
don't
bag.
get
So
is
you get
why
a
have they got
small
fucking
fry in
monkey
a
nuts in
bag.
there? Yeah, but why have they got monkey nuts in there? What the fucking hell's that got to do with my burger? What happens to people who are allergic
That
to
is
nuts?
kind of weird. But you can have unlimited peanuts
Yeah,
while you
you can
wait.
have. Yeah, exactly. You can just pick the box up and walk out if you want it. Do you know what I mean? It
Bags.
says,
They have like literal like 50
well, they
pound
have bags.
bags.
They have bags at
on
front. They have them in
pallets.
boxes. But I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
You just rip open a bag and like throw them together. Yeah.
At the Sean, we've also got there's also a burger van called Carl's Burgers, actually written in the Carlsberg font with the colorings and everything on it, and it says probably the best burgers in the world.
Have we've got what we've
Probably.
got Hell's Little Kitchen.
You guys got Hell's Kitchen?
Well, it's
Do you
Hell's
really?
Little Kitchen. No, it's Hell. It's a burger van called Hell's Little Kitchen. It's like a cafe outside of a road called Hell's Little. We've got what is it? Is it something like fucking Betty's Baps?
Microwave oven. I thought about that. We've talked about that before. Peanut allergy. Stay the fuck away from Five Guys. Just
Yeah, exactly. Yes, stay away from Five Guys. Yeah, I think
don't even
peanut
drive within a
allergy.
5-mile radius of one. You might actually come down with something.
Hey, it's a good place to hide out if you got somebody with peanut allergies that won't leave you the hell alone. You just,
Yeah.
go sit in the Five Guys.
Yeah, everything they touch, they'll be fucking like But I don't get peanuts in it anyway. Fucking.
Well, it's
I
like
don't
that
know.
place in New Zealand. There's that one where they something Hell's something, the pizza place that actually you can get the pizza where it has one slice underneath the cheese, has super hot sauce on it, and it's like a roulette game.
Yeah,
You never know which one of you or
A
your friends is
sliver
going
of
to get.
ghost pepper.
I tell you
it's
what
got-
we do have. We have Mahmood's, and the beginning of the thing is the fucking.
Oh, the Morrisons.
no,
yeah,
no,
was he?
no, the
Oh, the
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's name is Mahmood's. Yeah, they've got,
Yeah,
they've got
on-
fucking.
No,
M-
I
Well, there
was-
still
McDonald's.
is. There really is
I-
still the original McDonald's. The original
Oh,
McDonald's in the U.S. that is not McDonald's.
No,
The original.
yeah, no, I was thinking of Morrisings.
Morrisings, yeah, Morrisings, yeah. Morrisings.
I've never actually had a Five Guys because I mean having a Burger King almost bankrupts me.
Don't go to the one in D.C. next to the Capitol in the U.S. if you come. That one was disgusting. Like just past the Trump Hotel. When we went there after the first rally, that was the worst Five Guys I've ever been to in my life.
Do you know my favourite at the moment?
They weren't
is
cooked
definitely
good or nothing.
Popeyes. Fucking Popeyes, I love it.
Same
I love
problem.
Popeyes.
Maryland, the first day trip on the way home, we stopped at that Five Guys just outside of DC on the east side, and it was disgusting. I've had Five Guys 1,000 times. My friend actually is a manager over there. He used to play WoW with, and
Yeah,
delicious. Tried that one in Maryland. As I brought it back, she had some of it too. Ew.
I haven't tried Popeyes. What's the difference between Popeyes and KFC?
Oh, yeah, what's the difference
It's
between
Louisiana
KFC? It's a lot
style. It's a
better.
little
It's a
spicier.
lot better. Yeah, it's for the start. It comes out hot.
Mm.
See, the KFC I've always had it always been hot anyway.
Not around by me. It's they come out and it's a little bit more tasty. It's a little bit bigger. It's a bigger piece of chicken. It's not as
Well, Benny
not
likes
as,
like curry and
yeah.
stuff, so you'd like the extra
Yeah.
little bit of spice
Yeah.
to it, which it's got
Yeah.
real nice spice.
Yeah.
So, hey, Shrek, you all right, mate?
It was near there, Brian. It was near there that yeah, it was bad. We stopped there, and it was just like I could not believe how bad that was. It was a significantly darker neighborhood than the other areas, and that's not trying to be racist. It just was.
Yeah.
We did not feel comfortable walking inside once we stopped. It's like okay.
Yeah, I don't
We're
They
just
might have
gonna
actually
leave you
just
here
given us
to
bad.
die. We're gonna take off.
They might have given us bad food just because they didn't like us being there. Maybe he got the shit end of the stick. I don't know, but it wasn't good. Same
It
thing
is
with the other
always
one.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not a Five Guys sort of fan. I've been once and I thought it was overrated. I thought I didn't get what everybody were going on about, and I didn't get the concepts, and I didn't think the burger were any different than what I could get from a burger van. To be fair,
Really greasy burger. You have to
Yeah.
want a greasy burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I do like
Right.
Five Guys, but it's pricey too. It went up in price a lot. Five Guys has. It used to be a cheap place to
Yes.
get a good burger. Now it's not.
as Anki said, we've gone over for the day. It's been a
We
while.
have.
So it's just we haven't had all to
Yeah.
talk about for 2 weeks. That's what it is. That's what to talk about.
I
Right.
really did miss having the show badly.
Well,
It
we've
was
been
weird.
told that you mix your injections and your fucking tablets and shit.
That actually really happened. She forgot to give them to us because we didn't, and sleep schedule's been all messed up. It's like, wait a minute, it's Friday already. It's not. What's today? Yeah,
I keep having a hard time keeping track of days because like he's been keeping us up till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we sleep till 5 o'clock at night, and then there was no shows on Wednesdays, so that threw us all off.
Oh, bless you.
so
Benny can
never
just
again,
never
Benny.
take another
You're never
vacation
allowed.
again.
No more vacation days ever. No.
So, that is that where Bonnie Blue started having 1,000 guys. Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Do the sheer
Right.
mathematics of that. That is scary. That's like less than a minute and a half per person.
No,
No matter if you're
so-
using
so-
every hole.
apparently, it was something like apparently, it was something like 1 every 45 seconds.
Yeah. So what's the point? Okay.
I don't know myself. Right, we will go around and say our goodbyes. We'll start with Tim. Seems we're yabbing in away.
Yeah, this weekend is the single source, so there'll be giveaways this weekend and stuff, and I'm going to be posting some more things out there. I did get asked a question, by the way, Mixer's mailbox. Don't forget that, Mixer's mailbox at gmail.com. Tag in the subject line UK if you want the question asked on this show. We did have a question about getting the best bottles, 10s and 30s from Amazon. Wasn't really for this show, but I did send a link, and if anyone's curious, I can always send you those links. I buy them in bulk, 200-300, because we go through a lot of them. But yeah, that's the only question we had so far this week on there. So yeah, that said, I'll pass it to Liam.
Right. Thanks, everybody. It's been nice. Been nice being back on after a little break and seeing everybody back in chat again. It's been lovely, and being on and chatting with my co-hosts and the host with the most, Betty. Right, and I'll pass it over to Cassie. Right, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Benny, never take another vacation and mess me up again. And I'll pass it to you with that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. It's been good to be back. If you haven't got any questions, don't forget you can leave a comment in the chat and we'll get right in the comment section underneath the video, or you can email to
Tim, that's your
Victor's
cue.
mailbox at gmail.com.
Oh, sorry.
just a minute. That satellite might go fucking back over the top. You can also go over and join Monkey on Juice, the home of the e-liquid mixing show. You can go over there on Facebook and have a word with Graham and people on there and Anki. So yeah, and we will see you again same time next week. Good night.
Nice.
Bye.